What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the 606 Whatever podcast, where we discuss events and agendas around the world and feed them to you from a Chicago perspective. You don't know me, I am Big Mel, a.k.a. The Premise. We are back in the building. Ray Skilly.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
I'm here.
Vince.
What's happening?
How you living?
Good, man.
How was y'all weekend, man? I know it's Wednesday, but we ain't seen each other in a while. How was y'all weekend, man?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Time with the family. It was decent, man.
Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah.
Excited.
What plans y'all got?
Having dinner with my sisters, with my family, you know. I'm looking forward to that, man. She's excited.
Ain't seen
My
that,
son
man?
will be home. No, I see her
Oh,
quite
that's
often.
what's up.
But
He in college, right?
yeah, I'm going to pick him up on Wednesday.
So over there, it's out of here, boy.
Man.
Yeah, man. Just threw your hands out there low key, didn't you?
Man.
Fucking at 13 and had a mistake.
Hey, that's possible.
Yeah, man. Vince, what are your plans, brother?
Just house hopping, man. Probably go
Oh, you house hopping.
check in.
You coming to the crib?
I don't know, man. We probably go check out, hit my aunt's house, see what else we can get into.
Well, you know y'all more than welcome.
Yeah.
Over my, y'all done been to a couple of them. Man.
Yeah.
If it's one thing you gonna do, is be full and intoxicated.
And around a gang of Katusas.
Hey, yeah, they wifey family
Yeah,
definitely is over there when it comes to like holidays and shit. I be calling my 5-6 family members. 19 motherfuckers just come swarming through.
Right.
Hey, man. I'm like, nah, bro. But yeah, that's all we doing. We just for sure. It's always love.
Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's all we gonna do. We just definitely gonna be in the crib. Probably have a couple people over. Both of y'all more than welcome to come. The family.
That's what's
as
up.
well,
Appreciate it.
if y'all gonna do the house hopping.
Okay.
So let's get into some things, man. You
Let's.
know what I mean? So, I think we've talked about a couple things, but the one thing we do got to touch back on is this Kyle Rittenhouse case.
Yeah.
We
The trial of fake tears.
the trial of fake.
I like
tears.
that. I like that.
I didn't see a tear come out.
Man.
I did see
I like
the
that.
moat face thing. Is that a thing? The moat face?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, if you
No
can't
tears.
cry for real, that's the next best
I mean,
thing.
he could have turned around and poked himself in the eye. Something, bro. It was nothing.
I'm sure
out
I'm sure his attorneys practiced that.
Yes.
It didn't look good,
No.
so they said, you know what? Just do the puff face. Can when you do that?
Listen, man, just do it. If you don't have to be a fucking expert at it, you're white. Don't
Well, you would
worry
think your
about it.
life is on the line. You can
Things
bust
gonna
up
pan
something.
out for itself. Just trust me. Throw the tear on. We got the judge in our back pocket. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Bulls.
Look at that.
Bulls kicking
Look at
shit
that.
off. Bulls
Look at
looking
that. It's
decent,
real.
man.
Looking
You know how
decent.
people was on the fence for a minute because they was a little nervous to crown them. They looking really good.
Yeah,
They wanted to wait till they play some decent
I
teams.
was gonna
They
say.
have.
with the exception of Golden State.
Yeah.
Right.
Golden State's just, you know,
They
they
on
on
they,
another
Well,
level, though.
Yeah.
They on some different shit.
Steph Curry
yeah.
or Alien.
So yeah, we'll get into that. We'll always touch on the football side of things too. You know, things like ODB. He didn't went to the
OBJ.
Rams.
Not O.
Oh, did I say ODB?
Yes, sir, you
Man, I'm
did.
thinking of the Wu-Tang series,
Hey,
bro.
that would have been cold.
The Wu-Tang series.
You
is
got
out there,
ODB
too.
with the Rams.
You got
That's
O-
cold.
And the season is over too. So yeah, I'm
You got
sorry.
ODB running routes.
Well, you
for the
know,
hey,
yeah, for
anything is
sure.
Hey,
possible.
I can't get that
Anything
image
is
out my
possible.
head. No.
Hey, but you
Yeah.
know, like as of late, the old ODB with this sitcom this show that's coming out is a little more popular than the one I'm talking about.
I feel you.
now.
I feel you.
Pick it up.
Yep.
Pick it up, Odell.
Yeah.
So you know what? The first thing we want to do, let's park at the Bulls, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Bulls are, what are they? 8-3 right now.
I think so. Yeah.
8-3.
Yeah.
They've edged off the Lakers.
They looking good.
That's my squad too, by the way.
Who, the
Outside of
Lakers?
outside of the Bulls, like
They-
everybody got a
Man,
team outside of their squad
Yeah.
like that.
That's a fact.
Who you got?
Outside of the Bulls,
I know basketball ain't your thing.
not really. But if I'm gonna pick somebody, I want to pick winners.
Outside
I
of
love
the
Brooklyn, bro. I love the series last year. I love how Kevin Durant looked, that little half inch off from them long ass feet from winning the series.
Yeah.
Bro, I like Brooklyn. Without Kyrie, I like Brooklyn.
Ooh,
It looked like they struggling a little bit without Kyrie.
Yeah.
To keep it a buck with you,
I don't know about that one.
James just got to get his shit right. I think James is like
He's
the X
slowly
factor
starting to come. Last few
creeping.
games, he started.
We 10 and
starting to come
4.
around.
Just to confirm, we 10 and 4.
10 and 4.
We're 10 and 4 record.
Okay. So 10 and 4, and we beat some quality teams. The only team that just like beat the brakes off us was Golden State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that was the only one we looked bad. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you ain't not gonna play flawless against everybody.
You're not.
You're gonna lose some games.
Golden State, you lost back to backs to Philly.
Yeah.
And it was one. I can't think of the fourth loss, but yeah.
Is that just that? I don't know how they don't match up well with Philly. I think just because it's Embiid, right, and because you have Embiid that can go out there, and it's not like out of his realm to him to go out there and fuck with Vucevic out there, but Vucevic can't mess with Embiid down low at all. Yeah. So it's a mismatch nightmare. But
there's not many people that can.
That is true.
To be fair,
I think,
but he definitely can.
Yeah, I definitely got Embiid as like top 2.
Joe, when he puts the effort in and he
as far
wants
as
to
big
play,
man in the league,
Joe, he's one of the best players in the league, and I say this from my eyes, what I see. Mm-hmm. When he's playing at his best, he showed a little more heart than Anthony Davis to me. Like I see Anthony Davis play. It's a finesse kind of game when I see him play. Like, I don't never see him dominate and take the game over.
See, you always
do that.
You be having great points, bro. And then
I love that.
You just lose me, like
nah.
You be losing me sometimes.
Nah. I think sometimes it's good when you're not. It's like if you give me an opinion.
Shot-town, stand up, man.
When you give me an opinion on something, like on football, when somebody give me an opinion on it, sometimes I can take it from a perspective of somebody who don't really like it like I like it. Because it's just from a bird's eye view, right? So when I watch the game, I've seen Embiid take over games in the playoffs. I've seen him
and you haven't
at
seen
his best.
Anthony Davis do that?
I haven't seen Anthony Davis do it on the level that I've seen Embiid do it.
What?
I seen Embiid do it in the playoffs, and it was just like, it's over.
One of them got a
I didn't
chip,
see that in Anthony Davis.
Am I tweaking or do you agree with this? Don't play the politic role with me, man.
I don't. I see where Skills is coming from. I don't agree with.
He's dominant, bro. Can you say Anthony Davis is a dominant player?
Well, I can say this with LeBron James on his team. If Anthony Davis don't show up, the Lakers don't win.
Yeah,
that's a fact, but that's not my question. When you look at Embiid blackout in the game, you see Anthony Davis blackout in the game. You see the same level of domination?
Absolutely.
I don't see it.
Without a doubt. And then the way you made your face up, you looking at me like I'm crazy.
I don't see it. I see a big guy with a lot of skills, like to shoot more than he go to the basket. But he got the skills to make the shot. But I don't see him.
Him and Embiid. Him and Embiid are extremely similar. Like, they cancel each other out.
One of the knocks on Embiid, at least, maybe not last playoffs, but the one before that, people were talking about for a guy his size, he shoot way too many threes.
Well, he stopped doing that last year.
He stopped doing that last
year. He stopped doing that for sure. And that was because Brent Brown, I really felt he didn't have any hold over the squad. He was just letting them do whatever I think that's that's Ben Simmons' problems, man.
And maybe that's
old habits die hard.
And maybe that's what Doc is really trying to do is really put more of an emphasis on that.
He bought the best out of Embiid last year. That's one thing I can say.
You have the potential to be the best player in this league. I know everybody telling you Giannis is the best player in the league, Greek freak. And I think when you look at Embiid, you can be though if you want to be. And I've seen him play dominant in the playoffs. I've seen him look damn near unstoppable in games. I watch the Lakers. Because the only time I watch them is in the playoffs. I'm going to keep it 1,000. If you're not the Bulls, I don't even watch you play into the playoffs unless it's a big matchup kind of thing.
Kind of discredits everything you just said.
No, I'm just saying.
Well,
my point is, from a bird's eye view, from somebody who don't love it, like a basketball fan, when I watch a game, what is my experience? What do I see? When I watch the 76ers playing the playoff, when I was watching them, I seen Embiid look damn near unstoppable in that series. I watched the Lakers play in the playoffs. I see Anthony Davis like a great player. I didn't get the same feeling From watching him play, it looked
got
more
it from
finesse
a bird's eye
and-
view, though. For
It just
sure.
didn't look like that
So you
same
could have
kind
turned
of.
the game on when maybe he didn't have a so great game, and
What's the playoffs?
I think everybody, not too many people will agree with you and disagree with me. I really,
I'm okay
if
with
you
that.
look. And you probably like that.
I'm okay with
obviously.
that. I'm okay.
But if you look at this from a whole spectrum, man, because AD can bang down there too. Like,
You
don't
keep
get me
saying what he
wrong,
can
he
do,
does
though,
it.
fam.
I only know it because I've seen him do it.
He does it on the consistent. Okay, so I tell you what. You rock with basketball a lot more than I do, right? So I tell you what I'm gonna do. You do. It's a fact. I'm not ashamed. It's a fact.
All right.
What I'm gonna do is when the playoffs come this time around, I'm gonna pay that much more attention
To both of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're gonna come back to
Because
this.
they both, the Lakers
gonna have
got to
this
step it
conversation.
up.
Right.
Because
Right now they in the play-in, right?
That make the
better-
eighth seed
they
at
better
least.
step it up.
They at least
Yeah.
make the eighth seed.
Yeah,
But-
AD been doing this thing for. Hey, shout out to both of those guys.
But
though.
shout out.
They absolutely nice. But we digress, man. We talking about the Bulls and what that squad is doing. So I
Looks
I
really
want to
good.
say DeMar DeRozan is 6th in scoring, and your boy, damn, I drew a blank. What's
Who, Zach?
Zach, yeah,
Okay.
Zach is 7th, right? I think
They're
Zach
a
is
great
7th.
1-2
So
punch right now, bro.
it's it's going great. I just feel like as long as they know it's Zach's squad and Zach plays like that, I think that they'll be fine. Like one of my guys called me. Shout out to Swoop the Don. He was like, they just need that gritty guy, somebody that's gonna Draymond the situation or just get in somebody's face. And I'm like, oh, I seen what he was. That's like that whole.
Are we still in that era?
I don't know. That's
You
a
do.
great point.
Are we still in that
It's a
era
great
that we
point.
need a Charles Oakley, Draymond Green kind of player?
No,
And
no,
that's
no, no.
he used. It's
Go
funny
ahead.
you said that because he said those two guys.
Charles Oakley. If I
per
think of
se.
them, when
he
he
said
said
those
goon,
two guys.
I think of Haslam with Miami. I think of Charles Oakley. I think of Draymond Green.
I think you do.
Do you need it?
I don't know if you need it, but I think it's good to have it. And so it's good to have a guy on your team, right, that knows. Like it's good to have everybody on the team that knows their role.
I'm out
But-
here to stir people up mentally.
But right, but
That's
it's
what I'm
good.
out here to do,
But
yeah.
it's
Is that the
good.
benefit of it? Like he just get the team riled up. He get
Well,
get
the
the
opposite
energy.
team too. Like you got to look at like Draymond.
Yeah.
Some of the shit he does is just like okay. So even
It
when
don't
you
show
look at a
right.
Lance, who was that?
Steve
Lance
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Like the blowing in, that was
Yeah.
overkill. You know what I mean? But
But
you
it didn't
see
work.
what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So, but if it's natural
Yeah.
for certain guys to do that, like a Draymond Green, that's just how he's built.
We can
he's gonna do that.
Let's even go to something we probably all familiar with. You could go to like back in the day. You could go with Rodman. Like Rodman would do
Yeah.
things you would see in the stat sheet. So Rodman would get you 18,
We already know.
15,
We
18,
showing our
20
age,
rebounds.
What he
Right, we
did
showing
to,
our age.
What he did to Brikowski.
Right, but you would see
it.
But then you would also see things that maybe wouldn't show up in the stat
Right.
sheet. He get under somebody's skin. He's a mild irritant. He gives.
That's what he's
energy.
supposed to do, right?
I think that's
Absolutely.
I think I ain't gonna say every championship team, but I think most championship teams probably
goon
have
somewhere on the
somebody
squad.
that feels.
That might be true.
Who was that?
I'm not even saying a goon, but somebody who feels that who plays that position of where they do they do certain things that don't necessarily show up in the final score, but they're things that help contribute to the win.
Okay, so I got a
Yeah.
question. Who was that guy when the Bulls won their first 3 championships? Because Rodman obviously wasn't there.
I guess it was Michael Jordan there for what we seen in the documentary. He was going on that damn thing.
So yeah, I mean, I had agreed with some of the things he said, but right now they looking good. So I don't know how deep in the playoffs they get. I think before, even without them needing that chemistry, it's still a chemistry thing that has to be continuously growing.
Yeah.
Because right now, even though they look great, they still don't know each other 100%. I think Vucevic, like low key, I think he's really the one on the outside looking in right now, trying to figure out
He's trying to-
where he fits into the scheme of things.
He didn't have a lot of
'cause his
playing
numbers are
time with
down.
him.
Yeah.
So once he get throughout the season, he's gonna get more playing time. They're gonna get used to playing on the same court together. I think they're gonna look pretty good, man. I'm actually excited because what they have is essentially what you need to be competitive.
Yeah.
You need to be able to play good defense. They play good defense. They top 5 in defense. You got to be able to put up points. They put up points.
Yep.
You got to have role players. You got to have veterans. They got everything. They got all of it.
They just need. I think their bench needs to be a little bit more healthy.
They got a decent bench though.
They got an okay.
I don't know
bench.
why I love Kobe White, but it's something about Shorty.
He ain't even playing yet. He's
Don't
still
be surprised if he don't get
But
traded.
it's something about Shorty. When I watch him play.
I like Kobe too, especially coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I like Kobe. So I mean the Bulls are looking promising, but you know how that goes. Chicago.
I would just say, just with AK and Mark Eversley, they've been super aggressive in the offseason. Don't be surprised if they make another move at some point during the season.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
That's all I'm gonna tell
Look what they've done.
That's all I'm telling you.
Did anybody see the Vucevic thing coming?
Yeah, I would just say don't.
He just slapped us in the face with that.
I know Kobe
Like, here y'all
White's
go,
coming
boom.
back. I would just
They
tell.
wanna win.
I would tell.
That's what it's.
Yeah, I would say don't get too attached to Kobe White because he might be gone.
The minute they got them boys out of there, the minute they got the guard,
They want to win right now. Yeah, and that sound, and you see it. We starting to look like teams in the league that want to win.
Yeah,
we're going after good players. We putting good. I don't know. It might be their time.
It's coming, man. So all right, moving on from the Bulls, man. We all agree that they look good and they ready. Your boy Steph looks amazing. KD is looking amazing. That game last night was obviously some more domination by the Golden State Warriors. I don't, and they ain't even got Clay in them back.
No, man.
Clay, I think Wiseman's still out too.
Yeah, Clay
so,
just got cleared for like 5-on-5. Yeah.
Yeah, he got cleared for full contact.
Full contact.
Yep. So he ready to go.
Yeah.
He ready to go, man.
When the
So
Splash Brothers return, Jack, it's a different Western
it's gonna be trouble.
Conference.
It's definitely gonna be trouble, man. Shout out to the Bulls, though. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Bulls to finally make some noise. So we'll get that up to the Bulls, man. Moving on to some more of your speed.
Look what you just said.
Guess what we're gonna talk about?
I already surprised me.
Soccer. Football, man.
Yeah.
Not F-U-T.
Yeah.
The double O, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, and let me get y'all take on this, man. A lot of people were saying, like, I don't know why they would, help me out with this. Like, you know, obviously what happened with Aaron Rodgers saying that he was immunized and
Right.
I don't know, he just like literally pulled that shit up out the air. Like when he was so smooth though. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't get me started on
hey,
that.
He's
bro,
an arrogant guy.
But look
Arrogant
like
guy.
shit, nigga. Aaron, have you been vaccinated and how do you feel about anybody that doesn't want to get vaccinated? Well, yeah, you know, I've been immunized and you know, I really, he just smoothly pulled that out of it. A lot of people say they felt like racism in the air.
They felt that there.
I'm gonna just say no.
I'm just saying.
Call it what you
That's
want.
That's what they were saying. Like, I just want to know
There's some
where.
privilege attached to it.
Call it right. Call
There's
it
some
what you
privilege
want.
attached.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this. Before the NBA season started, you had same people in sports media who
Drilling on Kyrie.
who shitted on Kyrie Irving, regardless of how you feel, whether you pro-vax, anti-vax, whatever it is.
Right.
Shitted on Kyrie Irving, who gave you an honest, legitimate reason why he wasn't getting vaccinated. Also, who didn't come out and say, "Hey," never heard him say, "I'm against the vaccine." He just said, "Look, it's not right for me."
He didn't say
He never said it. He never said, "I don't trust the science." He never, none of that. He just said, "Look, I'm not telling you not to get vaccinated. I'm not telling you to get vaccinated. All I'm telling you is it doesn't work. It's not something I want to do." And people shitted on him. Meanwhile,
Okay, go ahead.
Meanwhile,
I got something for you. I'm gonna play devil's
meanwhile,
advocate
this
a little bit with
dude
you.
got in front of people, said, "I'm immunized."
Yeah, live.
Right. And people in the Green Bay in the Green Bay organization and people in media who have subsequently come out and admitted we knew he wasn't vaccinated.
The organization.
And didn't say no, it's people in sports media who shitted on Kyrie Irving who knew Aaron Rodgers wasn't vaccinated and said nothing because they like Aaron Rodgers. See, all of this is about who you like versus who you don't like. Yeah. And people have
totally agree with that.
And people have bought into this myth. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is this smart dude because he went to Cal Berkeley and he visited the Dalai Lama, and when Colin Kaepernick was going through his stuff, he said that Colin Kaepernick had the right to play in the NFL, and people just thought he was this super smart, super intelligent dude who had all these deep insights and stuff like that.
Right.
And then you heard him go on the Pat McAfee show, and you realize this dude is one of the dumbest motherfuckers in professional sports today.
Well, I don't get into all that.
Yeah, and people gave him a pass. And
He's
people
on
gave
my
him a
fantasy
pass.
team. Right.
And people gave him a pass.
I'm biased right now.
People gave him a pass, but Kyrie gave you an honest, simple reason why he wasn't getting vaccinated that didn't shit on the science. And people were like, oh, he's selfish, this, that, and the other. And these same people trying to find a reason to tell you why, well, Aaron Rodgers, he made a mistake.
But let's keep it a buck.
Right,
let's keep it a buck.
We know what it is.
Let's check.
We know what it is.
Check this out, though, right? Now, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate with you, right?
Go for it.
Because I agree that there was a little bit of white privilege involved in this whole scenario. It was a lot. We
ain't going to say it was a little. It was a lot. Yeah.
But to play devil's advocate, Kyrie Irving. This is Kyrie Irving. This is the same guy that says the earth is flat. This is the same guy that said he didn't want any black.
That got blown out of proportion.
I mean, he said it.
Okay,
he said it in every human sentence.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm just giving you, like the Kyrie.
No, go for it.
Said he didn't want black bitches on his boat. I'm sorry, black women on his boat. Said he didn't want any of that, right? Now, fast forward to the vaccine incident, which, by the way, is not a mandatory exercise in the NFL.
Right.
But on his team in particular, on Kyrie's team, it was, right? So he says that I'm not against the vaccine. I just want to be a voice for the voiceless.
Right.
So my thing was, you can't scrutinize anybody because they don't want to inject something in their body. Period. Let's leave it there. Like, he's taking the consequences. Why are we scrutinizing him in the media, right? But when you say something like, I'm not against the vaccine, I just want to be a voice for the voiceless, what does that even mean?
But did he lie, though? That's
what is that? Okay.
But did he lie?
He told the truth. Did
he lie? Like, regardless.
But what does that mean? How do you translate that? I don't have a problem with the vaccine. I want to be a voice for the voiceless. What does that mean to you? And would you, if it didn't have anything to do with, I know how your thought process is very similar to everybody's on this panel, so that's why we here, right? But if this guy, let's just take Aaron Rodgers out of the equation, right? And take out the fact that everybody is like scrutinizing him for this. What does that mean, Vince? I'm not against the vaccine, but I'm not gonna take it because I want to be a voice for the voiceless.
I mean, we all know. Look,
I'm just asking. We
all know Kyrie's on his.
Okay, that's
whatever,
all. That's
whatever
all.
it is.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Okay,
Right.
So I get I know what you're saying as far as going beneath the surface with this shit, and not just shitting on Kyrie because Kyrie doesn't always articulate things like how he should.
Honestly,
but
man,
at the same time,
my point is I don't mean to cut you off. My point is this: like, you had Kirk Cousins not vaccinated,
right? But they don't have to be,
and don't have to be. But Kirk Cousins was like, "I'm not vaccinated.
Right.
I'm not getting the vaccine."
Right.
Nicole Beasley said, "I'm not getting the vaccine."
Yeah,
man. Either.
But immunized is different, though. You know what immunized is, right?
It ain't.
It means that you have, now don't quote me exactly.
Come on, okay.
But it basically means that they have in lamest terms, injected antibodies in you.
Okay, so let's go to that. So he said
Aaron Rodgers is on my fantasy football team. Is my starting quarterback in 2 leagues, by the way.
And I want to spend because
fuck what Vince talking about. I need him back on the field. Go ahead.
He said I'm immunized. I'm taking the homeopathic therapies and stuff like this.
Right, for sure.
Taking his own.
And supplied the NFL with like 500 pages of research that supported it, and the doctors who were working with the NFL basically were like, look, that's cool. Appreciate you giving us the information.
Right.
We still don't consider this as falling into the category of being vaccinated
Because it's not.
So if you, which all of this was collect, like the ability, the fact that players weren't mandated to get the vaccine,
correct, right,
collectively bargained by
correct,
the NFL. I'm believe me, not even arguing that point. But when you say I'm immunized, and then you petition the NFL to get an exemption, NFL looks at the information you provided, says, hey, appreciate you providing this to us. We still consider you to be an unvaccinated player.
Because he is.
Right. Well, he never said he was vaccinated, though. It didn't come out of his mouth.
But wait a minute. It's a piece that you all don't include. I think
he didn't.
Well, he didn't. But there's a piece that you all forget.
What's that?
Everything that we're talking about comes from a source. The source is the media. The media hates Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Period. Put it down.
We know that.
Kyrie
no doubt.
said
We know
reporters
that
are stupid.
No
he
doubt.
didn't call reporters stupid. He said the media don't know what they're talking about. They didn't play the sport.
Mm-hmm.
The media hates Kyrie Irving. Everything he says or does or whatever, they're going to put a dark cloud over him anyway because they don't like him anyway. Now, in terms of Aaron Rodgers, hell yeah, there's some white privilege sprinkled up in there.
Right.
Because that's what it is. Cam got let go because he had to go in COVID protocol because he wasn't vaccinated, and they knew that they couldn't count on him throughout the season, so New England let Cam go. They let go of a player because he wasn't vaccinated.
They already knew they wanted Mac Jones too, by the way. They was just stringing him along.
They were going to gradually
until
move Mac Jones in.
they
Cam had
knew.
learned
Yeah, they knew.
second year in the offense. He knew a lot more than Mac Jones knew.
He was done during that COVID protocol.
It's a safer
You're
routine
right.
for Bill Belichick to let him start the season, let the kid come in later. That's what he always does. He didn't do that because Cam wasn't vaccinated. He couldn't trust him. He kicked him out the team. So they didn't do that to Aaron Rodgers because
I think they used that as a reason to get him out.
Is not Cam Newton right now.
But
Aaron Rodgers is the reigning MVP of the NFL. He's the golden child of Wisconsin, period. And he's white as hell. When you combine all of those things, gentlemen, you're untouchable.
But check it out real quick, though.
You got it.
So, just as far as, here's where I think the privilege kicks in at, right? Because once Aaron Rodgers says that, now let's just flip this. Like, let's just say they interview Kyrie.
Yeah.
Right? And Kyrie says, yeah, when they saying, are you vaccinated and how do you feel about people who aren't vaccinated? Well, first off, yes, I'm immunized. You don't think that reporter would have said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Can you define
That's
what
my
immunized
point,
is?
though.
But
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm not disagreeing with you
I
there.
hate this guy.
So if that was Kyrie, and that's why I'm really not blaming Aaron Rodgers to the top tier of it all being his fault, because that journalist or that media representative had perfect opportunity to say, can you clarify that?
No,
Can you define that? What is immunized?
Case, and you're absolutely right, because the thing that like irks me about this is, right, like you have people in the media that are trying to have it both ways. So they're trying to say, oh, Aaron Rodgers lied and he misled people and this, that, and the other. But then in the next breath, you're coming out and saying, but like I knew about it, but I didn't say anything. And
it's some of our own people
and
doing
it's some,
it too.
and I was gonna say it's some of our own
But
people.
I've seen this.
How you doing, Stephen A?
I'm not saying.
Once again,
I'm not saying
you get on Kyrie and
Right.
then you get Aaron Rodgers a pass.
because that's fair. Because Stephen A. That's fair. Because Stephen A. do that kind of crank shit. But for other media outlets, I'm just saying in general, if they like you, it's different. If this is during the Michael
100%
Jordan
accurate.
era,
100% accurate.
and Michael Jordan did that, Michael Jordan get a pass.
But he's Michael Jordan.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. The media love Michael Jordan. If
Michael
they love
Jordan-
you,
If they love you, they
get a
don't.
pass.
Absolutely.
But they still tried it with him, though.
What did
It's
they
a
ever
squeaky
try with
gap.
Mike?
The gambling.
I ain't never heard nobody ask Mike that at no
room-
damn press conference about no gambling.
Towards the end of his career, they started. They started to.
Well, it's like I'm gonna say it behind your back type shit. The media was like a couple people in the media that was saying that his gambling habits had something to do with his father.
Well, they have to have
passing
some
away.
kind of story. They can't always be. It has to be.
But he was just too
what it
squeaky.
is,
And
really.
you know what? Back in the day, athletes like Michael Jordan and all these other guys that grew up in that era, they really valued their PR people. Their public relations people, their speech coaches, all of them, they valued them.
They used to
These
travel
guys
with the team.
because of social media is so prevalent, they just
That's
out
the
here
thing.
talking how
That's
they
the
want to
thing.
talk.
Yeah, that's
And
a
it's all
different era.
good, but you got to understand, and then you get pissed off when you put some shit out there for everybody to see, and then
Right.
the media eat that shit up. What do you expect them to do? It's their job.
But if you cross them, if you call the media idiots, if you say, I don't have to speak to you, and it's your right, right? You got a right. You don't have to talk to these people. You do what you do. What they do, they get fined for not doing it. But I'm saying overall, if you got the money to pay, you'll pay that money and just not do it, right? But what you're going to get is the consequence of that.
You're
And
going to
the
get it,
media-
especially if you black.
You are first priority
Let's
for us
keep it
to
a
shit
buck.
on, and they're gonna do that, and they're gonna put it everywhere for everybody to talk about it. Kyrie, they hate this man. Everything he do and say, they're gonna magnify it. They're gonna make him like the biggest idiot alive.
So has he brought it on himself, though?
Yeah, because he said it, and he knew what the consequences would be.
I'm
if
just
he
talking
said
about
it.
period, why the media hate him.
No, you know what?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna
He's-
say this.
It's a lot of weird people. And
No,
real
no,
quick,
no.
Parks, it's a lot of weird people who talk to the media. Bill Belichick don't respect the media. Greg Popovich don't respect the media.
I feel
Pops
like
don't talk-
weird
they
is a
don't like
safe
them.
word for
They don't like
stupid
the
or
media.
crazy as
But you
fuck.
could be rude. Let's say in a better context. You could be rude and not polite to the media, and they still won't cross you if you're a certain person.
Right.
Right? We've seen it. I see every time Pops talk to the media, he treat them like it's a room full of idiots.
Oh, they think it's
Bill
cute, though.
Belichick
Yeah.
will say one word throughout a whole goddamn 20-minute session and just treat you that way. There's guys who are not nice and polite to media, but they still respect them, and they let them be.
No,
And the
thing-
examples you have given are all old white men.
But
With
again,
a
that's
shirt.
why I said Michael Jordan, because in his era,
But Mike was
he's bigger than Mike. They
Even in
love
the
him.
Last Dance, though, you seen how he interacted with the media. He
Like
was,
they were- like they was his-
behind the
right.
scenes.
Right.
He was, but
play golf with him and all of that kind of
I
shit.
love you guys because they kept asking him the same question. Perfect example when they kept asking him that retirement question, and he was like, "You guys just keep doing it. You still asking me." He ain't go.
No, he didn't
but
go off on
behind the scenes. You seen how he was talking about.
sick of them asking
But
him.
that's that PR shit.
And we talked about this a couple weeks back, and then I thought about it, and I kind of changed my position on it. People in sports media hate Kyrie because they have this perception that Kyrie, he prematurely forced his way out of Cleveland. When the truth of the matter was, he found out Cleveland was trying to trade him, and he was like, "Oh, y'all trying to trade me? Fuck it, I'm gonna get out of here." With Boston, he got to Boston, and the same things that we heard about Boston a couple weeks ago when the Bulls spanked their ass and Marcus Smart was having a temper tantrum, and Tatum and Brown, they get the ball and they don't like to pass it.
Right.
He got there, he saw like all of this shit that's now coming out. He saw that a couple years ago and was like, and it actually gave him a better appreciation for the stuff that LeBron was talking about and LeBron was going through.
Right, I
And it
remember
made
that.
it seem like he was backtracking.
And it made it seem like he was backtracking, but he was
He
like,
was, though.
But he was like, oh yeah, like nah, for real, these dudes don't like to share the ball, and Marcus Smart is always throwing a tantrum in the locker room. Yeah, I'm gonna do my time, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna get to a team I want to go to, and then he gets there, and now it's like, oh, you force your way out of two cities. Now you get to this new team, and the first year you're there, early into the season, you got to take some time off for whatever the reasons were. He had to step away from basketball.
And that's all him, by the way.
Right. It's a decision
That's
he
all
made.
decisions
But
he
like
made.
they're using that.
It sounds
and
like
they're
you're
using-
making a lot of excuses for the man.
No. But
He
they're
made all of those decisions independent.
It's time to
Of
look in the
course.
mirror,
He
Kyrie.
did, but they're using those decisions and tying it to the vaccine, and they're trying to make it seem like
For sure. Yeah.
that's what the issue is.
Yeah. for
Sprinkle
sure.
in him
For sure.
telling the media they were idiots, and if you didn't play the game, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But some people in the media
Don't
are
not
stupid.
sprinkle.
Like
They don't want to be.
They
told
don't, but they don't
that.
want to hear that. They don't want to.
You
hear
tell
that.
Steven that
Yeah.
you didn't play the game, you don't know what you're talking about. He go on 3 different networks to try to destroy your
Kevin
credibility.
Durant said the same thing, and now he basically. See, I ain't.
He's a
gonna
nice guy
I ain't
now,
gonna-
right?
You see how this
He's a
rabbit
nice
hole
guy.
is?
Right, I ain't gonna
We
even
sitting
go
there
there.
talking
I ain't
about
gonna even go
football
there. I
and
ain't
then went
even go
right back to
Yeah.
Kyrie. Hey, man, Kyrie. You
gotta
are
play nice.
one of the most amazing basketball players I've ever seen. But sometimes you be putting your foot in your motherfucking mouth.
No doubt.
Sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Once you figure that out, you'll be just fine. I
Hey,
know he's going to play again.
It's simple for me. David Chappelle told us about 15 years ago. He had a skit called "When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong."
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes you walk in the room thinking you got to be the black militant. Well, all you got to do is just be who you in the room to be.
Yeah, but I
You don't have to do that, bro.
Ever since that boat incident, I ain't.
Yeah,
That black militant
said
shit.
well with
Black
you.
women?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that
said
black
well with
militant shit.
Well, don't start that because we got a lot of brothers who agree with that. So just
Hey,
let that be what it is.
The hell with them too.
Right.
But
Touche.
yeah, with that being said, so we were at football. So I know how you feel about Aaron Rodgers. I know how you feel about the
You
Aaron
one of the
Rodgers.
best-
because you
one of
got
the
him on
best
your
ever played the
fantasy
game.
team.
And he came
Right,
back, but
right.
you know, so yeah, so hey Aaron, I'm with you. Well, I'm with you. I got you. I got your back, man. Just to the end of the season, bro.
Full of shit.
Then I really dissect the privilege and all that shit. But okay, so where we at? We still in football. Your boy and I don't want to stay too long on this, but we always have to do our update. Let's
Justin?
Wait. We gotta pour. Get this cracking because Justin Fields. We gotta talk about.
Yeah, get a kid
we
his
got
credit.
Cheers to Justin Fields. There
Get
you
a
go,
kid his
brother.
credit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
You're
sir.
getting better every
Feel
week.
nothing.
Appreciate you.
There you go, brother.
You're getting better every week. Get a kid his credit.
Okay.
I've seen a lot from the kid. I've seen the accuracy from the kid.
We almost done already.
I seen the killer instinct in the
Tripping.
kid. I seen a lot of good stuff when I
All
see
right.
the kid play.
So Justin Fields, I think you pulled. We were looking at his stats before we in the pre-production. There's been elevation. I think every game.
Yeah.
You see the improvement. The one thing I see that's been different in these last couple games is the fact that he understands that if it's not there, I'm gone.
Period.
I felt like he was just trying to prove himself too much as a passer.
He was.
That he was just staying in there so long, and when he tried to, these motherfuckers are my size. I'm 6'4", 330, bro. These motherfuckers are my size running 4.5s, 4.6 40s, bro.
Yeah.
You can't play around with them like that. You know what I mean? So
No, you cannot.
I feel like he's understanding that switch off from pass to run. And it's looked great the last couple games, man. So
The key advantage for him, and this is the one thing, because I read the article the other day that he talks with Cam, and that's like his mentor. He talks to him, and they asked him.
did he give him a hat?
I don't think he was gonna rock them hats how his heads. He can't rock them hats like Cam.
It's an ammo full of
Cam rock
classics,
them. I don't know,
man.
but
I fuck with the hats though. I know I
they
fuck
sweet.
with
They
them
sweet
like
with that hat.
with
They
an
sweet.
ammo
Yeah.
full of that.
Stop it with
But
the
I
hats.
do fuck with the hat though.
I don't rock with them
It was
crazy ass
like
hats,
a
man.
Sophisticated.
Yeah.
what my grandmother used to say, that's some country ass shit.
Yeah.
Some straight country ass shit. You walk around them hats with peacocks on them and shit. Stop it.
It's a fashion statement.
Hey, knock yourself out with the southern ass hats. But the point of the kid is,
I love my Southerners though. That's
yeah,
that
I'm
ain't
trying
me,
to see a picture of you with the hat on. Let me make my point. Because now I can't get that image out my head with you with that country ass hat on.
Bro, with the Elmer Fudd joint, with the beard,
But the kid,
you need a beard for that thing. You
Nah, I
gotta
need a
grow
beard to
one
rock
of-
a country
You
ass
gotta
hat.
grow one of these, and then it'll look
but the
perfect
kid
on you,
said
bro.
he talked to Cam, and the one thing Cam and Michael Vick, he been talking. One thing they said is move the chains by any means necessary.
Right.
I think that's his mindset now.
It has to be.
When it's third down, you got to make a play no matter what you got to do to make that play.
We know what you do in the
So
air.
now
we know you can pass.
We know you
Judge.
can.
We know
And he
you can
did.
pass,
On third
Judge.
down, the Monday night game, he threw a beautiful pass. He threw a couple beautiful passes.
The last 2 games, Jesse James was
Some beautiful passes.
Now that Jesse James pass in the
In the end
corner,
zone. Yeah, in the corner.
was one of the best passes I've ever seen.
The one he threw to Darnell Mooney, bro.
Yeah,
Monday
Mooney.
night,
Yeah,
he had like an
rolling
inch,
out. Yeah.
and he threw it perfect. But when nobody's open, in the first couple games when nobody was open, he got sacked.
Run, do
He
your
took
thing.
a sack.
Get
Or
out
he
of
took
there.
too long to take off running and took a sack. Now you see the progressions.
And you almost-
1, 2, 3.
You take the
Nope,
chance to
I'm
get
gone.
injured too. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
but you got the speed and the advantage.
Yeah,
No, it's-
And
for sure.
if they're not open, get the first down by any means. And when I seen the kid do that, I said, as long as he do that, as long as you keep, that's the one thing the Bears have not been doing in all the years that I've been watching them play. They can't consistently get first downs. If you can get first downs, it opens the playbook. You get to try a whole bunch of stuff. You get better chemistry with the group you have. If you out there 3 and out, you ain't got no chemistry with nobody.
And when they do get the first downs, their red zone presence is terrible.
It's terrible.
Vince, you was gonna say something. Though.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I was just gonna keep it simple and just say like
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, which
that
it
is true. That is true.
I don't fuck with
Rick
it.
James documentary on Showtime was pretty good, by
Awesome.
the way. But I
seen
digress.
Cocaine is awesome.
No, Rick James documentary is awesome.
Okay.
But no, I was gonna say like, yeah, the
I ain't know that shit.
Ray over here.
Hey, listen, if I was, I would never sleep. I would never sleep, goddammit.
so right like I feel like you're starting to see with Justin Fields like how would I put it, like football is starting to become more of not necessarily where we want you to put the ball or what we want you to do, but what you're seeing on the field,
Right.
and then make the best play
Correct.
on
Right.
what you're seeing.
Yeah,
right,
for
based
sure.
on what you're seeing in real time.
But that's letting them be free, Parks.
No,
Let's let them be free.
Let them be
'Cause
free.
what he did with Mitch, he was basically telling Mitch he had to put it in certain areas. He had to stand there and deliver it. And Mitch had a whole bunch of plays he could have made with his feet that he didn't try to make no more. This kid,
It's
he
Mitch,
did.
so-
The last year of Mitch's time with the
I see,
Bears,
I-
he didn't run the ball like that.
Again, I got to tug away from you on that one too, because I really don't think Mitch was as bad as we pegged him to be.
I'm not saying he bad. I'm saying
I'm talking about Vince. Though.
Oh, you didn't rock with Mitch like that?
He didn't rock
Not
with
at
him.
all. Not
Bro,
at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not
I didn't,
at all.
I didn't rock with
Nah, he
Mitch
wasn't a
at
terrible
all.
Even that year we went to the playoffs. Don't try to say that was all defense because it wasn't.
Okay, now I won't tell you that then. Okay,
Bro,
go for it.
he like broke. Did you see that Tampa Bay game when he threw for like 5 touchdowns
He
and
threw 6 touchdowns.
what was it, like 400 something yards he passed for?
Cool.
Didn't matter to you, huh, Park?
I'm not impressed.
You're going to be impressed in a couple years.
Not
He's going to be
impressed.
playing for somebody else, bro. And they're going to utilize him the way that they should. And he's a good player. He's not a Deshaun Watson.
He
He's not
had your
Patrick Mahomes.
he did have your favorite
good player.
coach, Nagy. He did have your favorite coach, so I see why he didn't.
Y'all gonna realize in a few years that he is a jag. He is just a guy. He is
Who?
Your boy Trubisky. He ain't nothing
He's no great
special.
player.
I didn't.
He ain't nothing
player.
special.
Nobody ever said that.
Like he gonna be like.
But he's not the bum that you peg him to be.
He's not a bum.
Okay.
I think he's a bum.
No, he's not a bum.
Okay.
I think
He can make plays.
I think in the last 20 years he's this ain't saying what, but he's a top 5 quarterback that the Bears have had.
You just said once
really
again, it ain't saying much,
bro.
right?
You know what?
It ain't
And I
saying
wanted to let
much.
that ride.
Right,
My heart
right.
wanted to just let that
You
ride.
walked right into that one. It ain't saying much.
shit,
not
bro.
even
It ain't
finish
saying
it.
much.
Yeah,
But it's my podcast. I gotta finish.
Yeah,
that.
no, it's
And I
your
can't
show.
look
It's
in-
your show.
Hey, listen, I respect
Hey.
you for saying it. I didn't have a heart to say it. I respect you for saying
Am I lying?
it. Yeah.
But no, we keep it.
Compared to the Bears, bro.
Am I lying?
No, you're not.
All right, well, that's all that. We ain't got to say nothing else after
terrible
that. So, check it out, right? Let's raise our glasses to Justin Fields, man, for really
we got a real
showing
one.
potential.
Yes.
CO, you need... Come get some, CO. Come on in, man. By the way, if y'all check out our mics, you see it, this episode has been sponsored by Vibe City Live Radio.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna write the check out after this show. We're gonna buy about 8 more fifths. I could pay for about 16 more edits from my man Calico in the background, and we'll be good. Vibe City Radio, y'all.
Yes, sir.
We love them.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the check. So let's raise our glass to Justin Fields. Justin, here's to you, bro, for giving us hope and making us think that we're gonna go further. And here's to Virginia McCaskey's old white ass for taking a chance on a black quarterback finally.
Hey.
That's not Cordell Stewart or just Jason Campbell. You know what I mean?
Well,
actual quarterback you done drafted early. Let's cheers though first.
Hey,
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
gonna
that.
cheer that.
Bam, 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 bam,
I'ma cheer all
bam. Raise
that.
yours too, Cal.
And here's to hoping we see Justin Fields' full potential once we get a real coach in this organization.
Listen, this is one thing that I know is true. If you got a lot of talent, sometimes the quarterback make up for the bad coaching. Because Mike McCarthy, I don't know why we act like he was a great coach, but Aaron Rodgers made him look like one.
Well, look what he's doing in Dallas right now.
That's
But that's what we're
That's
saying
bad.
right now.
That's who?
That's not Mike. That
Is not Mike.
They're successful.
That
They're
is Kellen
successful
Moore.
They've had
in
the
spite
same-
of Mike McCarthy.
That is Kellen Moore.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You say
Yeah.
tomato, I say tomato.
Kellen
Yeah,
Moore
nah.
is the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And what you see in Dallas is a
Is this
result.
his first year there?
No,
he's
Kellen
been there a
Moore been
couple
there
years.
for the last 3 years.
What they do last year?
That Prescott
Who
was
started?
injured.
What they do the year before that?
The year before that, they was putting up numbers, bro.
Did they even make the playoffs?
Nah,
Oh, okay. All right. So
that's not.
I don't
what
want to
that
hear
is.
about your
Nah,
offensive
that's not what that
coordinator.
is.
Okay.
You can
We'll
tell
see.
somebody
Do
is
you
a
think
good
they're going to the
offensive
playoffs
coordinator.
this year?
Ooh, the Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
Joe, the Cowboys got a chance to win it all.
How long has McCarthy been there?
It's the second year.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's the second year.
And how long has the offensive coordinator been there?
This is his
Might be his third year.
the third. This is his third year.
Looks like somebody needed somebody.
Look like that's a reach on your part, but I'm gonna let you know.
Hey, and that's another show. That's
man,
another show.
hey, I'm just
But
saying.
these coaches, bro, we got coaches that's famous from what players on their team do, and it doesn't result in them being good coaches.
For sure.
And when they go to
I
other
get
teams,
that. I get
that's
that.
when you find out. And I said it about Matt Nagy. I think Matt Nagy is a good guy. I like him being a representation of the Bears. But in terms of a coach who's actually going to take Justin Lee to the next level, I don't think he's the guy.
All right, so before we move forward, guys, let me just do a shameless plug. I am a part of an organization called Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis. Okay? Just putting that out there. I am on the pull-up. We do deliveries. There is flour available. There is vape carts available. There is edibles available. There are infused oils, olive oil, coconut oil, butter. We have just, me and my partner, CO, shout out to CO, Vibe City Live, we just discussed that situation. Hustle and Grow. He's got my arm on his shirts too, by the way. We got gummies, y'all. These are homemade gummies. You had some already? What'd you think?
Not bad.
It ain't really kicked in yet, I know, because you
I'm a pothead.
yeah, you are. You had one too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have another one on camera because we got to, man.
Oh, no, we not. Not
on,
for me.
man.
No, let me tell you this. My wife told me last week, I'm not ashamed to say it live on this right here.
Wifey, just one more.
I came in the house last week or the week before.
That was from alcohol though.
I don't want to hear that,
That was
man.
from alcohol.
You that angel on the shoulder that you don't know which one it is.
Bro, that was from that wasn't from
I came in the house. My wife smelled
What
me
happened,
from the hallway, bro. She said, "Did you drive home like that?" I said, "Baby, I feel great. I feel amazing."
Yeah. We definitely don't. We're not advocates of driving intoxicated.
We are
At
not,
all.
and because
At
of
all.
that, I say thank you. No, thank you.
But this will offset your situation.
That will offset it.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna have one, man.
Okay. Everybody's gonna have
I'll
one.
have this one.
You gonna do it first to make me feel comfortable with doing this? It's a goddamn shame that you're doing this.
And they
man.
look great too, by the way. Take you one, man. Pull one out.
I tell you what, I had one more of these if I have another drink with your ass today. I'll tell
You
that.
see, I ain't chewed the shit yet. All right. A little nervous, goddamn it.
No, don't be nervous.
By the way, I'm not the edible guy at all.
These
You
are.
know, I see dancing sharks in about 10 minutes, man.
But what's cold about it, I'll at least tell you this.
They
The
are
size
good.
of
See,
them,
they
bro.
good, bro.
That's what you need. Here, take that off right
Go ahead. You got that? You got that?
there. I got it.
We just living, y'all. Here you go, Vince. We're not going to continue the podcast until we finish this.
They good, too.
God damn.
What I'll tell you that, they good.
CO back there laughing like a motherfucker because he already knows, goddammit, that I'm a little nervous.
I feel good. We good.
Yeah, so shout out to Strange Fruit Premium Cannabis. If you do have any ideas or agendas to smoke, vape, eat, cook, hit me up.
Cook.
At the 606 whatever podcast. You cook too, man.
I know.
some
You
shit
got
for
the
to
olive
cook with,
oils
bro.
now.
We got some shit for you to cook with, man. So, moving on. Let's close that up, man. Moving on, man. We gonna
This guy, man.
Hey, who has seen The Harder They Fall, man?
I have not. So
I
I'm gonna
have.
tap it. I have not gotten around to it.
Why we always do? Listen, bro.
Parks, I'm gonna start calling you Jamaican Parks. You got 50 jobs, Parks.
So then the only reason why I'm gonna get on you for this is because
go for it.
this is
I've heard good
hands
things.
down
Heard great things.
the best movie I done seen in 2021.
Heard great things.
That's a great movie.
I can't even.
It's a great movie.
There's nothing else that compares to
Heard
this.
great
man.
things.
Idris Elba probably said 80 words in the movie,
Like I said, heard great things.
and this was one of his best roles I ever seen.
Period.
So you seen it too?
I
man.
saw it when it came out. Let me tell you what's so funny about it for me. 'Cause I got a funny story for it. My mother-in-law is an action junkie.
Okay,
Like she needs it to be action packed. She need the old, like she the Cobra.
you get that from the start.
Commando, the old school action kind of person. You know what I'm saying? So she always asks me to recommend movies to her. So me and my wife watched that, and like 15 minutes in it, I was like, my mother-in-law, I go crazy for this damn movie, right? So I called her. I said, hey, stop what you're doing right now and go pull up Netflix and watch this movie right now. And I
Yeah,
had
my
she
mother
punched it in. I said, don't say nothing to me. I'm going to get off the phone with you.
Yep, just
and I'm going
watch
to talk
it.
to you
Check it
after
out.
you finish watching it. She talking about the movie to this day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was that kind of movie, dog.
Yeah, it was legit.
It
bro.
looked
Like,
beautiful.
it had
the cinematography
everything.
was beautiful. The soundtrack was
Heard the soundtrack was
ridiculous.
fire. Yeah.
Did you see the Bozeman?
I
on
did.
the
I didn't
bro?
notice it
I
until
didn't either.
after the film.
Somebody put me on that.
Joe, everything about the film.
Yeah, it was
bro.
a great film. It was a great
They
film.
did a
You
great
definitely
job.
got to see it, man.
I'm gonna catch it. Yeah.
Because I know the mentality,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
already know you gonna look at it.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
dope.
got on my man. Shout out to the Black Spurt, aka Billy Hoffa. I got on
Yes,
him
sir.
for not watching it. I keep asking him, "You watched it yet? You watched it yet?"
It's
So I
dope.
tell him like, if I continuously ask you, "Have you watched this yet?" How I feel about this movie?
I feel like
because it's
me-
only a few people. I could like have good dialogue with. I had dialogue with my bro, Kawan. Me and him, KRD, we watched, we talked about it for like 20 minutes. Just literally
Sure.
That's what we talked about.
It's a lot to talk about with it, Joe. There's everything that they did with it.
The cast was just amazing too.
So they got some of the best
did a great
actors and
job.
actresses in the game, dog, to do this movie.
Yes.
And they did their characters flawlessly.
It was perfect, man.
I know the one thing we started watching that my wife was just saying, this is a pretty looking movie. Should it look like this? I was like, I don't even care how pretty it looked.
Hey.
It was a beautiful looking film. dog.
That shit was like, he just came out that one. Who here knows how to drive a train?
Don't see.
I can't help it, bro.
Let
That's
this
just
man
one look.
watch
But
this
you
movie,
see that
man.
on the preview though, bro.
Oh, bro.
Boy, so somebody raised their hand like I do.
Okay.
So the man looked, now the whole train is packed.
Okay.
And it's like 5 of his people on there.
Okay.
They just broke him out of jail on the train. They was transporting him somewhere. So the guy was like, I do, raising his hand. Now the guy that raised his hand, they just killed his father. You know what I'm saying? So Idris Elba looking around and say, everybody but him. And the nigga walked out, shells and bodies is falling. He just walking over everything. And then the next scene was just amazing. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
But it's
One of those
great
movies,
movie.
if you start watching it, watch it at a decent time, bro. You're not going to go to sleep on this movie.
You can't because the first scene
gonna have
will
to
not
finish
allow
the
you to
movie.
go to sleep.
Okay.
And the ending won't disappoint you either. So they didn't cheat you in the
ending
end
is
either.
crazy.
They didn't cheat you.
Some
It
people
was
feel
complete.
like they would have liked something else, but yeah, we'll leave that.
Get
for,
you some culture in the damn movie.
We'll
sometime, man.
leave that for. Yeah, so it's a great movie. I definitely recommend you watch it.
I'll check it
Anybody that hasn't watched it, please check it out. It's amazing. It'll have you glued, man. So let's slide over to something a little more serious before this edible kicks in. This Kyle Rittenhouse case. It's looking like it's gonna go how we already knew it was gonna go.
It's really looking like
It's a few things that I didn't really know about this judge, right? That's kind of like he's that no nonsense, like that cocky banter type guy. He's got that type of reputation, but he's the longest tenured circuit judge in, what is that, Georgia?
Wisconsin.
No, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
was one of the worst
You already
states.
know.
Yeah.
I think he's 75.
Yeah.
I think they said, like, I saw something. And I
He's
don't
the
even-
longest tenured circuit judge in Wisconsin.
They said, like, he ran unopposed. He's, like, run unopposed since, like,
Yes,
1983
and the
or something.
Democrats voted him in
Of
back
course,
in
yeah.
like the 80s or some shit. And he's been there like nobody has. He's been sitting on this panel forever. So of course he's gonna have a cocky swag about himself.
And
That's
it's
what-
big time. It's a big time case. He
it's-
got the
it's
cameras in there. It's
huge, bro.
worldwide. And he wants to take advantage of that
Oh,
moment too.
he getting on, and it's huge because you let this guy that wants to take advantage of the lime and the lights, and that is just trying to check people.
Right.
You missing the whole point of the trial now. This is some Hollywood shit for you, bro. And not to mention you're an old white guy. That's kind of you 75 years old.
What's business as usual for him?
When racism was overtly prevalent out
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
It don't matter.
So
You also hearing, like, and we used to hear this, especially back when Obama was president, and Republicans would say, oh, we don't want judges who legislate from the bench. This is a perfect example
They say
of
lot
a murder
things when it's
case where
black
you're seeing a
president.
judge who is literally legislating from the bench.
But that's the whole
Yeah.
point of it.
So it's yeah.
You know, we don't like it if it's against us.
Yep.
If it's for us, we like it all. We like a foul-mouthed president that say some of the worst shit ever in front of everybody, as long as he's for us.
Yep.
But if he's not for us, it can't be tolerated.
Exactly. You
If
see
you're
the
a young
hypocrisy.
white kid
Exactly.
that took a machine gun to a protest where it was starting to get out of hand with police, and he pull up with a semi-automatic weapon, and his mother takes him and drops him off. If he replaced that entire story with black people, they're dead on arrival.
I mean,
The mother dropped him off with a semi-automatic weapon. He go into a crowd of people. He kills 2 white people. Let's keep it 1,000. He killed 2 white people, and he wounded another white person.
right.
So this is what the bigger message is. If you side with the black people,
Man, I said that
you
the other
are
day.
enemy to
Yep.
us too.
Yep.
Because
exactly.
normally, white people are used to getting justice.
You kill right. You
And
kill
so all
white
of this
people, you
boy's
going to
family-
jail.
and
Right.
Get this funny. All the people got killed. Their families are outside the courtroom. They're saying we want justice for our family, and like clockwork, they normally get justice in these
Yep.
situations.
Yep.
But when you side with black people,
Exactly.
you can lose your life and not get justice too.
Or
I
your
wanna
life
add
is
this,
valued
and I'm
as
gonna let you do
less.
you with this. I want to add this.
Yeah.
What happens when white people realize that the justice system don't work for them either?
So
What do they do then?
They
Because every
stop-
other situation, when they realize that the world ain't how they thought, they lose their mind and go crazy.
I don't know. If,
Well, they- first of
based
all,
on your
what they'll
question,
do
I don't
is-
know if I
So
don't
what you
know.
do?
Based
they'll
on
stop
go
befriending
ahead.
black people first and foremost.
That'll be the
They-
smart bet.
They stop picketing with black people. Stop
I don't think so.
riding with black people.
I don't
I'm just
think so.
saying that's a start.
That would be a smart
That's a
decision.
Band-Aid for it. Secondly, why didn't so the gas? They're trying to get this dude off for self-defense, right?
Yeah.
You walk your ass out on the streets.
You went over state lines. By the way.
Walked over there
You went over state lines,
You
by the
walked
way.
out like you were policing the situation.
Military
So guess
grade
what?
assault weapon.
Guess what?
17.
You don't take your dumb ass out there. You don't even have to worry about self-defending.
Not at all. You at the crib, everybody's fine.
But nobody's even mentioning that.
No, nobody's mentioning that his mother dropped him off with the semi-automatic.
He's a patriot, and he was trying to protect the neighbor. That's not your fucking job.
Nobody
You
asked
ain't
you
on
to
the
do that.
payroll for
Exactly.
that.
Nobody
He
asked you.
illegally possessed the firearm. He wasn't old enough to operate it, and the gun itself, he shouldn't have been able to get a hold of a gun like that anyway.
That's illegal.
The fact that all of those things don't matter is clear that the shorty is going to get off.
Absolutely, without a question.
I asked a friend at work today, if you replace this entire story with black people, he said, he would have got killed at the protest.
Let a brother
I
walk
said,
down
yes,
the
he would
street with a AK.
This is and that's important that we say that.
They might make it. They'd be lucky if they made it.
He didn't go there
500
with a
feet.
pistol. He didn't go there with a shotgun.
Right.
He went there with a military grade assault weapon. How does a 17-year-old kid gets a military grade assault weapon? His mother got it for him, or somebody he know got it for him. If she dropped him off and let him run free with it, why isn't she being questioned for her parenting?
She did once kill him.
Bro, she took the kid down here to Wisconsin, get out the car. She said, hey, have fun, man. Go do your thing. Shorty walking around by herself with this machine gun.
Be back for dinner, son.
What mother does this?
Tripping.
And nobody goes after the mother for it. They put a mother in jail
Bruh.
for leaving her kid, for shooting a gun in the air.
Bro, I've seen people asking questions about, God rest his soul, but the 9-year-old boy who died, who was a casualty at the Astroworld concert, and people are like, "Oh, you hear all these comments. Oh, what is a 9-year-old kid doing at Astroworld and this, that, and the other?" So I'm like, it's cool in that situation. You want to put blame on the parent why they're there, but then this situation,
Or the performer.
But then in this situation, with Rittenhouse, y'all want to be like, well, I mean,
No, they paint the picture. It's always the
bullshit.
opposite. If it's us, they find every
Every
way
reason,
to make us
right,
look criminal.
right.
If it's them, they make every
Every
way to make
reason.
them like an angel.
Bruh,
They
you
got
see
this
it.
kid looking like this poor doofus little white kid who was doing something to protect his uncle's car lot, and someone came and tried to assault him, and he had to defend himself.
They've been
They
so-
use the same
Yeah.
thing they always use when they kill us. But now they're rationalizing it for killing them. I've never seen that
You
before.
could literally go to the New York Times right
Yes, I
now.
have. Yes, I have. When they was lynching and killing people, they try to get them to write the vote.
Not even that. Not even that.
Yeah, that's not true.
You
I
could
definitely
literally.
was about to.
Yeah, that's not true.
You could literally go to New
They
York.
don't mind them being killed either.
Oh,
You
please
could
don't act
literally
shocked
go
about
to
this
the
guy.
New York Times right now, and you could put Mike Brown or Michael Brown in the search, and you'll find an article where someone said, basically saying how, basically trying to say, yeah, what happened to Mike Brown is unfortunate, but these are the reasons why he was no angel, right? So
Yeah.
you can find that.
Right. The
You
pictures
put
that they
Kyle
put up of
Rittenhouse.
him.
You put Kyle Rittenhouse in the same search engine.
Right.
You'll find articles where people will say, "Oh, he wanted to do this. He wanted to be, he wanted to be an officer. He wanted to do like they'll
Right, he
find
wanted to help.
every reason why he wanted to do something positive,
Fight for his country.
and then they'll find every reason for somebody like Mike Brown why he wanted to do something negative.
We know that they don't value our lives, right?
I'm just-
it's not even
yeah,
a secret
it-
anymore.
it is
we know
what
that
it
they
is.
don't. I was watching the fact that this kid killed white people. It ain't just him.
White people.
Right? It's been happening before. I did recognize that. But at the same time, this is different in terms of how I'm seeing it play out.
White
right?
people, yeah.
In my lifetime, I've never seen Amish people protest anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was Amish people out there protesting Black Lives Matter. I've seen white people get offended, but when it comes down to really putting in the work, they go back to work. Well, we have more white people fighting the police and saying fuck the police than anybody black in the entire amount of protests that they had. That's different too. It doesn't mean anything if it's not tangible. If it's not something they physically do to change something or change laws to benefit us, it don't mean anything. But it still means this, and I want you to pay attention to this. White people have a pattern. I'm a pattern guy. White people have a pattern of if you tell them they can't do something, they rebel against it.
Exactly.
Well, now they're being told.
A lot of word nigger right
Now
now.
they're being told that your white lives don't matter either. If you ride with them, they can be killed and you'll get the same treatment. I don't believe his parents of the victims are going to honor it. And I'm not knocking black people, and I don't want to judge when I make this statement, because I'm not saying they honor it. But we have a way to respond. Black parents whose kids are killed, they have a way to respond and eventually let it go and don't pursue anything legally. White people are not known for that behavior. Mm-hmm. They're not going to honor the fact that somebody got off on killing their family member.
Oh, sure.
So I'm going to be really curious to see how they respond, because everything that we see, the fact that the judge said we can't even classify the people that was killed as victims.
Victims, yeah.
They can't be called victims. They're looters and rioters.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that
was just
this is a fresh. Now imagine the people who their family that they're hearing this. They're not even referring to your loved ones as a victim.
So you think this could be a breakthrough?
I think this is going to be. I want to see if it's one. Okay. Because white people are not used to what we go through on an everyday basis, and they don't respond the same way we do to it.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you.
Are they going to honor the fact that a person got off with killing and no car accident, no made a mistake,
murder?
He was shot down in the street.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to respond to their own people not getting justice for that behavior? I'm curious.
You'll see.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Man. But, at the end of the day, it looks to me like the young man is going to get off. I do got, before we close up, I do got one question. Like, why he didn't bring like a onion or something with him to just like kind of put over his eyes to just at least resemble some tears or something coming.
They rehearsed it. The lawyers got with them.
It was very evident that was rehearsed.
That's the version that they felt had the most impact. That version of his cry. He probably had 3 or 4 different cries.
The man
and that's
was
the one
in the mirror. Like, okay, so who was seeing The Last Dragon?
Of course.
You seen The Last Dragon? So you remember hey, my man, what it look like?
Yeah.
Hey, my man, what it look like?
You practicing in the mirror.
Yeah.
Hey, he was doing that shit in the mirror before the trial, bro.
Of course, he practiced.
Yeah. He was doing all that, bro. Yeah. So it's
they ate it up.
It's coming, and he didn't even have to. I'm sure they was like, don't worry about it. You don't even have to be that good.
It's all in the effort.
Good. Just go ahead, man.
Effort.
All I want to know. Well, I don't have to know. We know the answer. Black boy on the stand, he started crying, he killed the white person. Nobody cares if he's crying. They would make a mockery of him in the newspaper and say he put up fake tears.
Right.
You're damn right you should be sad, motherfucker.
You just killed all those people. You should be remorseful.
Exactly.
But they're going to hang him, right? The white kid does it. They say, look, you can tell he didn't mean to do it. He was just there.
They run right past this tear.
They run right past.
You goddamn right you should be crying, motherfucker.
You're going to be crying even worse when you serve life in prison.
God
but the white boy, give him a chance. He got a future ahead of him.
Exactly.
He's 17.
Yeah, he got a future.
He's got more assault rifles to shoot.
He's going to be back. If you get away with doing it, I don't believe that you won't do it again. We'll see.
That's that.
Did y'all see the Kanye interview?
The God interview?
The Drink Champs.
Right. He
Shout
the
out
God.
to Drink Champs, too.
Kanye the God, man.
Kanye is 9 billion, right?
9 billion.
9 billion.
That's what he say.
I was going to say, that's what he said.
I thought he say Forbes is a piece of shit. They
right.
Just,
So then you ain't got no really way of checking it if you shit on the source.
Right. Say 9
got it.
Billion, 9 billion. I'll take him for face value on that.
He might really have it. Where everything that he involved in might be real. 9 billion.
Yeah, you got Gap. You got the Yeezys.
Yeah.
See what he did for Beans?
Well, he said he was going to do it. Beans came out and said that he
don't
want
to take the money. Yeah. He said all Kanye.
Oh, he didn't accept it.
Yeah, he said all Kanye owed him is nothing but love, which I'm
That's
like.
it. He said, you don't owe me nothing. Bro.
Right.
Versus that was what he offered him, $50 million, right?
Right. And credit. $50 million and like
a percentage.
5% equity, right? And
he told him to keep it.
You can show me love and give me the $50 million.
Hey, he told that man to show me love. I don't need that.
He could at least got the 5%.
Told him he didn't want it. Said he didn't need it. He wouldn't.
Said he been trying to get with him to give him the money, and Beanie wouldn't take it.
He's straight.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Neither do I.
Well, I mean, yeah.
If you see something, if you've been in the game,
you like $50 million for Kanye right now is like
it's $500 really.
Right. You know what I mean?
I always wonder people who get in the game, the things that they see when they get out of the game, a lot of people don't want to get back in it. And I wonder, in Bean's situation,
He didn't have to get back in the game.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
the way
just know
Kanye made it sound,
it's
he had 50
always
million
a
waiting
reason
for him.
for somebody to turn down that kind of money, bro. It's always a good reason. Don't nobody turn down that kind of money for a living, man. Like, that's just not real. There's a reason that man said you can keep it. Now, I'm going to leave it there.
Okay, yeah,
Right,
sure.
What
right.
that
I
man,
ain't
hey.
I'm hoping there was a reason. I
Right.
hope he just was not. Well, you know,
Man.
that teach his own, man. We don't know that man's situation. We don't know, how
Sometimes
he
it's a
feels.
cost, man.
We don't know what's going on, but yeah, for sure, keep that 50
Yeah.
easy all day. But yeah, that interview was something special, man.
Do you think he's crazy and a genius, or do you think he's just... What do you think of him after seeing that interview?
Y'all got it.
I think he's still. I think he still feels like acceptance is very important to him.
Yeah.
Because the way he name drops,
Yeah.
and he always talks about how he I go outside the box. I do this. I do that.
Right.
Why
me,
are
me.
certain things so important to you?
What kind of
Why'd
acceptance?
you bring up John Legend like 6 times in the interview? Why'd you keep bringing up the Big Sean thing? Why,
shit on
why
Big
you,
Sean.
Why you doing this to people that are, as you say, financially beneath you? Like, why you tell us that you got Jay-Z, all these figures on the phone? I think Travis Scott's, like 3 other people. I'm worth more than y'all put together. Okay, so why you keep name dropping so much then, bro? Like, why you every other sentence you gotta say, yeah, I was with such and such and such and such. Bro, you worth $9 billion. You're done with that.
It's
People
a damn
should
shame.
be trying to name drop you now. You done with it.
It's a damn shame when you're a billionaire
And
you
he's
still
good at what the fuck
trying
he
to
does,
fit in.
bro.
And you still trying to
Exactly.
fit in and sit at the cool table. When you got $9 billion, they should want to sit at your table, like you say. But this man is still trying to sit at the table with the cool kids, bro.
He's caught between being like, I'm running this shit, because he do have that in him too. Like, don't get it twisted. He do have that in him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then that acceptance is so prevalent with like Kanye. Like, he needs that acceptance from like these big wig people.
I was gonna
bro.
say, let me
But
pose.
you worth $9 billion, bro. So he says. I thought it was
I
like
don't think so.
the
Like,
last
he a
time I
billionaire,
seen,
but
Forbes,
yeah.
I think had him listed at like 6 or
Yeah.
something like. Which is look
If
at
you
what
got
we-
6, you
look
can
at
say
what we
nothing.
arguing
Shit, I
about.
don't
You
even
know
what's
what
the
I'm saying?
difference.
Like,
If it's 6, it's 9.
rich
Shit, I believe you.
as fuck, wealthy.
But it's wealthy people who don't operate like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
if he's worth $9 billion compared to what I've seen online, that's more than what Jay-Z has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So why?
without a doubt.
But Jay-Z isn't that same guy. Like,
Well, they
Jay-Z,
just built differently.
he's acting like he the lead guy at the cool table, and you got to sit at his table
Well,
to even function.
if you looked at the on the podcast, he still called Jay-Z the boss.
Right.
He did.
Like, he still was like acknowledging, like,
Because
you
he
know,
want to
that's-
sit at that table.
Yeah,
He got a seat at that
because he
table and he
still
want it.
like how Jay moved. You know what I mean?
Everybody
that's
wanna sit at the
priceless
cool
for-
kid table.
I
That's
think it's-
priceless for Kanye.
I think it's a simple way to look at it. Is like some of the things we probably everybody in this room would look at and say, oh, if we had this, that, and the third, that would be like, you couldn't tell me shit. So if you had the money, the
I mean-
accolades, whatever it is, like you'd be like you being your own back, you'd be like, yeah, I'm at the top of whatever I'm doing.
Right.
I think this is just my opinion, and this is someone who thinks Kanye. Full disclosure, I think Kanye is a genius. I also think Kanye is crazy, but I think within that category of Kanye being crazy, I think too some of it is, yeah, I think he looks at certain things and was like, yeah, I've done this, I've done that, but I wonder if what it is that it could be as simple as the people who he really, really respects deep down.
Right.
yeah.
That's where it's not coming from.
Keep getting it, Kanye.
Yeah,
like,
but,
we ain't gonna
hey.
spend too much time
Right.
talking about
Hey, God bless
billionaires' problems. You feel me? All right, fellas. I think we covered what we needed to cover today.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all as usual. And next week we'll have look at you. But I think it is time to
Wrap it up.
bring a few people on, man. I got some things planned out for the next podcast. We may have a extra body.
Cool.
I ain't gonna tell y'all who it is.
Cool.
Just be ready, man.
Okay.
Just be ready.
Yeah.
Always.
Ray, you want to give us a quick 16, bro?
Quick 16?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I give you a quick 16. I had to remember the songs that I wrote, right?
Right.
So my son asked me, I was talking with him one time.
Are you actually gonna give me
I'm
one?
going to give you the verse.
Okay.
I got to set it up for the
All
verse.
right.
Relax. Let me do what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
So my son was just like, Dad, I know you used to get down. I heard you, Jay, I heard people say you was real good or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
said,
he
I
never
was-
heard you.
He never heard me rap. He was a little kid when I was recording. I said I was decent. I was decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me hear something. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear a verse.
Okay.
I said I got to find something that's decent enough to give you that it can leave a mark on you. Like I don't just want to give you no swag shit and no
Yeah.
metaphorical shit. I'm gonna give you
This shit
something
we was doing.
that you could be like, I remember my father rapped for me the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I spit this verse for him. It's from a song called Role Models.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it to you. And then you can say, I gave you a 16.
All right. This gonna be a once a month
I'm
thing.
gonna
Go
give you
ahead.
this.
though.
Maybe once a month, because I'm getting into my bag again.
Let's go. That's what I'm
So check
talking
it out. You know what they say, like father, like son, too bad we wasn't on the same page. Pops was a thug, stuck in his ways. My mama stayed with him, thought he would change. It never happened, so he got high just to ease his mind. He got drunk just to laugh sometimes. I couldn't blame him, no. But the drugs took away from the shine. If he was sober, he could have been a king in his prime, but now it's over. I see the past reflect in his eyes, the fallen soldiers and all the friends he left behind. But I was different. I never had that gangster vibe, sort of religious. I tried to make him proud. I tried, but it was obvious. The awkwardness of being opposites. Now that I'm grown, I get the compliments. He said, I'm glad of the man that you are, but all I ever wanted was for you to be him. And I thank you for that, because I'm the man that I am for all the things that you did and you didn't do. So I want to thank you for that. Because of that, I'm not you. And make you a role model. So I gave you a 16. I give you a 16 every other week.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's fair to say we could close the cast out on that. Hold on, man. Let me spit my no.
Look at you.
This is the 606 whatever podcast. Until we meet again, y'all. 2 of them.
Peace.
Okay, nigga, you.
I give you one every other week.